another what? Married to Medicine review, honey. And this is the pivotal moment because guess what? I'm quite sure they're going to have 3 parts to this reunion, but part 2 has not been shown yet. But I did get a chance to watch part 1. And I also been watching some of the clips, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all right now, leave Dr. Heavenly alone and Dr. Damon. Okay, Heavenly being supportive of Dr. Damon, love on her man. Dr. Damon mind his business. I think because Heavenly is perceived to be messy, that y'all want to come for her marriage. Or Contessa, Dr. Contessa, let me give her the correct verbiage. Dr. Contessa didn't like the fact that Heavenly spilled the tea. I just really believe that. I feel like the things that Heavenly was telling her was the honest to God truth. And to be quite honest, we were looking at the show with Heavenly, you know? I mean, I'm quite sure Heavenly lived it, but we were looking at the show and we saw exactly what your husband said and the gestures that he made. I'm glad they made it over that hurdle, but baby, listen, he did give abuser. He did give, he want to control you. He did give jealousy vibes. In my opinion, Dr. Contessa is a really pretty woman, and her husband is okay. But the way he was going about things, it's like he was the catch. I didn't like that. And maybe he felt like he was because he a doctor, and I'm quite sure it's a bunch of women just like Sweet Tea that's ready to hop in that inbox, honey. And I thank Quad for the read, honey. Snap. Read her. How dare she ever think that she can come on the platform in which Quad helped build? Let's stop it. Let's not act like Quad didn't bring some oomph to the show. Let's stop that. Because she definitely did. And I think the fact that she brought King on, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle that little bit of competition because they wanted to be the only ones being noticed and seen and kudos given. Baby, no. When I say no, I mean no. That's not how this goes. And the fact that she was just publicly putting out there about the money, you know what I mean? It was like when she first got introduced onto the show, I'm talking about Sweet Tea. Honestly, it, like Heavenly has said, I think not last year, Heavenly was like, well, we see what she was about. She about the money. She about what Dr. G could provide. I do believe she'll be his do girl. I do believe that she'll shut up and take it. Because she wants the lifestyle. She wants the luxury. She wants the whole shebang that the show can bring and give, because she lived a boring life, baby. I'm quite sure she's the talk of the town in her hometown. She hopped in that man inbox, promised that man a baby, and sadly could not deliver. But I do believe that she wants to give that man a baby honestly. I believe that she wants to give it to him honestly. But I do feel like they should have had these questions and these issues resolved before they even got married. I don't really believe that he would have married her with the idea of the complications of her getting pregnant. I really do not believe that. Hi. You know, that's just my humble opinion. You know, I like Sweet Tea for Dr. G, but I do believe, just like everybody else, that she is very delusional. And honestly, she's very unhinged. Like, is she okay cognitively? You know, I'm just saying, like, the way she responds is of a toddler. The way she acts is unhinged and of a toddler. It's like she gets triggered very easily. And we seen that when her twin sister was there at her daggone bridal shower. She was showing out and she was like screaming and acting crazy. She would like to say and blame it on the stress of getting married. I don't feel like that. I think that's really who she is as a person. Because going forward, she's not planning a wedding. And she still have those same characteristics. Let's say that. You hear me? Let me chew on my ice real quick. She is not, she can't hold a flame, a candle to Quad. Quad carry herself very well. She's very polished. She is not hood rat. If anything, Sweet Tea is the hood rat. She is the drama. She is the one that wants to clap back at everything known to married to medicine that she can't really speak on. She can't speak on a relationship that she was not in. All she can do is hear his side, and that's it. She can't really speak on anything else. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the second half of this. And then Dr. Simone just learned how to shut up. Dr. Simone got that big old mouth and just a like, girl, shut up. Shut up. I just know you didn't act like that when you asked your husband to get rid of his friend Tammy, baby, and you want Quad to just take it. That's a hard thing to do, is to take your ex-husband coming onto a show with his new wife, being around your friends you've been friends with for years, and then y'all acted fake last year, shunning her and pushing her out the group and inviting Sweet Tea. That I don't like. That's some shady business right there. That was so shady. And they want to act like, I don't care what Quad did, no one ever deserved to be mistreated in that manner. Nobody deserved that. I do not like that. They're revisiting these conversations and no one's wanting to take accountability. Because the truth of the matter is, if they was wearing Quad shoes, as like literally having their ex-husband whom they was with for years, with the ups and downs that each and every one of them have had, and for them to just want her to accept it, no. They really do need to make a decision. And that's just bottom line. They really need to make a decision. I do feel like Dr. G is medicine. He is. And Sweet Tea is literally married to medicine. But given the history of Quad being on the show, I just feel like they should give her a fair chance at hold on, y'all. I feel like they should give her a fair chance of staying on the show and seeing what she can bring. Because, I mean, Dr. G, he's entertaining, because I'm quite sure he's going to be definitely cutting up Sweet Tea left and right. I do believe that y'all going to see more of him being disrespectful. I would love to see him turn a different leaf. But a leopard don't change his spots, baby. He's showing his character. He's literally showing his character. He has not changed. He don't want to take accountability, and I don't like how he was talking to her when all she was trying to do was be down for him. But I seen that in Quad when she was trying to get her point across to him before, and he couldn't take it. So, like I said, a leopard don't change his spots, but for Simone to act like she act, ain't nothing wrong with her liking Sweet Tea. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling Sweet Tea as being sweet and things like that, and a good pick for Gregory. I do believe that she is a good pick for him because, like I said, when you don't come from that, see, Quad used to having a man with money. I'm quite sure before Dr. G, she always had dated a guy that had a little change. I do believe that. I do believe that she always dated a guy that had some change. But T, I feel like she dated some rinky-dink dudes. I feel like she dated some rinky-dink dudes, and Dr. G is the highest as far as financially that she's been with. That's what I believe. But he got something on his hand, because if he feel like he about to be doing all of that, baby girl, Sweet Tea, I feel like she'll flip on him at any given time. It'll be a challenge, honey. I don't feel like she gonna be backing down. I feel like she gonna have her little feistiness too. She gonna have her feistiness too, honey. But yeah, that's my take on Married to Medicine, and then the clips that I have saw. I love that Quad read Sweet Tea to filth because she deserved it. First of all, she indeed jumped in his inbox. She told it all when she first got introduced to the group. How did you meet him? I jumped in his inbox and I said that I'll be willing to give him a baby. So, okay. We waiting on the baby. And I pray that she is able to give it to him, because I feel like that's what he wants. That's what he's always wanted. That's what he wanted from Quad. For her to be trying to talk about how she's so worried, Quad could have gave that man a baby, and you wouldn't even be in the picture. She wanted that man. She could have kept that man and had that man and made it work with that man. And that's the truth. That's delusional to think that she, is jealous. Jealous of what? Jealous of what? Like she said, you can have my scraps, baby. I felt that. Miss Quad. Yes, honey. And like I said, I leave Dr. Damon alone. Leave him alone. All those men are suspect. Dr. Jackie husband been caught, and they reunited. All these people sitting up there all delusional. Only person, to be honest, as the wife, that I felt like could have been like any one of those husbands is Toya. Because I really don't feel like Dr. Eugene is a cheating type. I don't see him trying to cheat. It would be a surprise if he may look at the menu, but he is not trying to sample what's on that menu. See, those other husbands, I feel like they'll sample. I feel like they'll sample what's on that menu, baby. I feel like Cecil, I feel like he got some money, he got some time, Simone work a lot, Dr. Jackie be working. I feel like they doing their thing. I mean, it's been proof that Curtis was doing his thing. I mean, I'm glad that Dr. Jackie and him worked it out. I'm glad that Dr. Simone and Cecil worked it out. But the truth of the matter is, I know it's for better or for worse, for through sickness and in health. I know that there are vows there, but I'm gonna tell people like I would tell myself. I would choose happiness. I wouldn't choose to be with somebody that will publicly humiliate me, that will publicly disrespect me, that would not, hold themselves at a higher standard. Because what comes with a show. You're on a national TV show. You're being shown everywhere. It's fans everywhere. So you need to think better than that. Just even how Sweet Tea hopped in Dr. G's inbox. To me, that was a distasteful way of meeting somebody. He don't know who he was meeting. Old girl got a whole different side to her. For him to be a psychiatrist, baby, hopefully he can help her heal. Because she got some trauma going on. That baby is unhinged. I'm talking like I'm so older than her. The girl is so unhinged. And it's just like, whoa, girl, calm down. Act like you've been here before. Jesus. And then you need to have more sympathy for Quad. I don't feel like Sweet Tea is jealous of Quad one bit. I don't feel like Quad is jealous of Sweet Tea at all. Honey, she's not checking for you. Quad is beautiful. Let's wake that one up. If it wasn't a king, it would be somebody else, baby, that got some money, okay? Because she's that girl. And that's just that. Now, Sweet Tea, on the other hand, baby. Sweet Tea, on the other hand, honey, you'll be sent back over there to where you came from. I don't see nobody checking for her in that manner. I just don't, because she's perfect for Dr. G. I don't feel like I can't see her in the same light that I see Quad. I just can't see her. Not saying that she's not attractive, because she is. She's a beautiful girl. And seemingly seems very loyal to her men. But she don't have the it factor. Let's say that. Let's say that. But back to Toya. I feel like she'll be just like the husband. She'll been to have her a side nigga. You hear me? Sorry, Toya. I have to, hey. How you talk, that's what, how you talk that's how we feel. And I be looking at the show like, dang, come on, Eugene, what is going on? You see, when Quad called him Eugina, I was like, oh, that name is fitting. Because that's exactly what he acts like to me when he allows his wife to say the outlandish things that she says. But to me, she puts her foot in her mouth. And to be honest, it's like, are you delusional here, love? Because you're on a public platform. I do believe she'll get her a ball or two. But would he go as far as what Eugene would do for her? No. She too spoiled. She too spoiled. She too spoiled by Eugene. And there's nobody that's going to put up with that type of behavior. Because they'll get with somebody that's cute and that will shut up. You hear me? And I really want her to know that a person can only take so much. She need to be very mindful of what she say to her husband or how it's made to seem on a public platform. She need to consider his feelings, because I feel like she says what comes to her mind, and sometimes she need to learn how to hold back her thoughts, because it be a bit much. Like Dr. Jackie was saying, she was like, I have to look over at him and make sure he's all right. And I be like, yeah, because that's exactly what I would have been doing. Like, boy, are you all right? Girl, she better stop doing that. Because just like Sweet Tea hops in inboxes, baby, it's somebody will hop in that man inbox that's beautiful, that was, something new, honey. He'll get a little click in his mind. You can't really put nothing past nobody. But I do feel like out of all the husbands, I do not feel that Eugene would cheat. I just don't. I just feel like he loves him some Toya. And that's just that. He loves her. And let me put my phone on this charger, y'all, because make sure that one was charged. It's at 91, so it's time for this one to go on it. But hello, y'all. Hi, J Bolo, Amanda, Mr. AAA, and Paul. Hello. But yeah, with Dr. Eugene, Toya, I just really hope that she look back at these shows and see the sting that she stings when she talks. It'd be like, ooh, I know he felt that. Ouch. That's how I feel. Like, oh shoot. 'Cause baby, listen, she's replaceable. You are replaceable, baby. Stop thinking you not. Stop thinking you that girl that, that and you can help him out, baby. He ain't gonna need no help. His money talk. I'm just saying that money talk, baby. And they didn't watch this show, and they didn't see how hard he go for you, and how many houses that y'all done bought since y'all started. I wish y'all would settle down. Lord, please allow them to finally nestle into a home and really keep a home, because that mishandling those funds, that gotta stop it. That's a shopping addiction. And you know what? I hate a person that have a lot of money and they just buy stupid things. It'd be like, what's the need for it? Like Birkin bags, for instance. That Birkin bag, what's the need for that? What's the need for it? It's ugly. It's an ugly bag. Spend that on something better than that. Really start a business. Not a wine company, but a business that's in your name. That could be in the medical field. Like, I don't understand why they don't own a slew of DD, developmental disability companies. Like them being doctors. It would, boy, listen. Boy, I would have my hand in this, have my hand in that. It wouldn't be no Birkin. It wouldn't be no Birkin. I wouldn't get no Birkin from no rich man. You hear me? I would tell him to let me get that money, and I would get multiple homes to developmental disability people. I will provide multiple homes with a full staff that I will hire, and I will oversee it. You understand? It would never be a time or day that I would have me a wine company on some BS wine company. No. Like I said, To each their own, though. You know, that's her husband. That's his gift to her. It is what it is. But priorities is needed in this situation. Like, come on. That's all those many houses and you getting a Birkin. All those many houses y'all done took a lot of L's in financially. Nah. Buddy, listen. It could never be me. That man was working himself to the bone during COVID, around COVID. And I remember something she said that rubbed me the wrong way. It just really irritated me to the max. And I really didn't care for her character back then. But I will say that Toya has redeemed herself this season. She has said a few things that I didn't agree with, but for the most part, it was refreshing to see, the maturity that I feel like she started to develop this year. And Heavenly is her normal self. I do feel like y'all need to stop coming for Dr. Damon. And if he do get a baby out here, how dare y'all try to throw it in her face like that, knowing y'all husbands, Simone. And I seen Dr. Damon and somebody asked for his number. Girl, shut up. Because Tammy was definitely, your husband didn't want to come up off of Tammy. He didn't want to come up off of Tammy. And you sitting up there like, that was some hate. That was some hate and stuff right there. I'm sorry. And Dr. Contessa, the reason why you mad is because you know the truth hurts. You know that she was hitting and striking those nerves. And that's just it. Because everybody that had eyes and ears that could clearly see that your husband was acting like a tyrant. Even when you went back to school to further your education, he had a problem with. He didn't even want to help you with those children. And I remember the nanny and all of that type of stuff and how overwhelmed that nanny looked at like she was, honey. Because someone right up in that household, period. And y'all can make it seem like whatever, but the truth of the matter is how they edited the show and made the show to seem is like your husband was not the one that I would think that it was no reason for him to act the way he acted. Even with him responding to some of his inboxes, I thought that was a bit much. That was a telltale sign then. But you want to try to talk about Heavenly and drag Dr. Damon. Dr. Damon is a cool guy. He mind his business. He don't be in nobody's face or none of that. I love the fact that Heavenly always promoted her husband because none of them other ones did. None of the other wives really catered to their husband besides Sweet Tea. I said I'll give it to Sweet Tea that she do show that she's down for Dr. G. Now, Dr. G got to be down for her, though. But as far as Heavenly, Dr. Damon, he's laid back. He's not one of them. He's very low. I don't want to say he's soft-spoken, but his voice is real calm and it's real mellow. I just would hate for him to be a wolf in sheep clothing and really be cheating on his wife that he been with for all these years. I really would hate to see, just based off the love. Just her calling him daddy, just her, referencing him the way she has. Just upping him all the time. You don't see that often. You just don't. You don't really see that often. And it was really refreshing to see, as from Heavenly all this time. She's always had her husband's back. And I just pray that he would have hers and not have her out here looking stupid, because it's wrong. It's wrong. It's so wrong. But y'all, I am getting so sleepy. I'm so tired. I'm trying to stay up and entertain myself by talking to y'all about this Married to Medicine stuff. And I haven't begun to talk about Atlanta Housewives, because I had promised myself that I didn't want to speak on it ever since Nene left. And y'all can clearly see, if y'all look at some of my lives that I went live on, that I gave my review way back then. And honestly, I haven't watched the show consecutively since Nene left. So I really haven't done Atlanta Housewives. I do watch some of the clips, though. I have been watching some of the clips. And I definitely went live and made a few little remarks on Portia and Shamia's relationship and things like that. And Drew is okay. It's just like, yeah, I'm about to be out of here, though. I just want to share that. And it's all allegedly, y'all. If I said anything out of context, it's all allegedly. Because nowadays, people are getting sued. They're getting sued for speaking about their opinion. So, I don't want to get sued behind nobody based off of my opinion. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow's episode. I will be back live tomorrow night after I watch it and give y'all my raw review. Because, baby, listen, honey, that review is going to be the one. It's going to be that. Okay? Oh, they got a little bit of stuffiness going on. This weather been up and down. 1 minute is 50, next minute is 70. So I'm starting to get the effects of that. But listen, y'all, I'm about to be out here. I just wanted to share my opinion. The truth of the matter is, I pray that everybody, get their stuff together. Dr. G, I would hope that he would consider the things that's being said to him, to consider listening to his wife a little more and not interrupt and not name call or do any of that. And Cecil and Simone to stay locked in. Dr. Jackie and Curtis, Eugene and Toya, and Contessa and her man. Just everybody just stay with their people and work it out. But if it don't fit, baby, you must have quit. You must have quit. Okay? In the words of Johnny Cochran, baby, if it don't fit, you must have quit. That man ain't fitting your lifestyle. If he's disrespectful to you, you need to let it go, love. It only gets worse. It only gets worse. Quad and Dr. G had some domestics, honey. So, they both shared a mug shot. So, if she ain't ready for that life, then she probably want to be real docile and not turned up like she was at her daggone bridal shower, because the girl seemed unhinged. And I'm just going to keep putting that out there, because allegedly she seems unhinged. She truly do. But y'all, I'm off here. Have a good night.